Welcome everyone to sunny Orlando, Florida for the 2022 Drones in School Multi-GP STEM Alliance National Race, presented by Florida Power and Light Company. This year we have 11 schools competing from across the nation in this great competition. Over the season, each team has worked through engineering, design, and project management to create videos, physical presentations, graphics, and drone designs to be evaluated by a panel of judges. The final points will be gained through fierce live competition in capture the flag and head-to-head drone racing.
So me, I'm the graphic designer, so I work on all of our designs for our logo, board, and portfolio. Our slogan is simple, safe surveillance, because we want to make surveillance drones to sort of lower the feeling of negativity towards drones that people see.
These students have worked hard to get here. Now it's time to see if that hard work will pay off. This is the preliminary round of the Drones in School Multi-GP STEM Alliance National Race, presented by Florida Power and Light Company.
This is already one, right?
Yeah, I'll take these two, you take those three.
Go!
That's what we like to see. Yo, doing your thing. Let's go.
Our racing didn't go as well as we would have liked, so this is turning out much better.
Yeah, make sure we get all the flags and land the drones before the end.
Yep, won the first match. See how we do in this one.
We're doing drones in school and it's amazing.
Where the controller too? The controller battery died?
I love FPV drones. I've been doing this since I was like 12, building little FPV drones. We designed it, 3D printed all of the parts ourselves at Belmont Hill Drone Club at school. It's a 3S Whoop brushless.
I'm his spotter for now. He makes my job pretty easy. As you can see, we haven't lost yet, and he hasn't managed to crash, so I'm just kind of here to flip it over when he crashes. If he crashes, hopefully he doesn't. But so far, my job's been pretty easy.
We're from Bellbrook, Ohio. I'm Hamilton. This is Paul. We're from the Hawk Flyers.
I feel really happy to be in Florida.
Yeah,
this is
got
crazy.
Beautiful weather out here.
This is crazy.
We actually just started with the FPL grant. Thanks to that, I got the girls going. That's why we so proudly made it to this far in such a short period of time.
This event is being held at the Orange County Convention Center during the incredible Autonomous Drones and Robotic Conference, AUVSI Exponential, where students are treated to workshops by Boston Dynamics and hear about trending business growth from industry and educational leaders in UAS.
Robert Dooley, he's from the Unmanned Aerial Systems Coordinator for the Florida Highway Patrol.
I jumped at the chance to talk to you because I want to encourage you. You wouldn't be here unless you work hard and you do what you're supposed to do, but keep that going. Do not get discouraged. You would be shocked when you put effort in to what you want to do, somebody's watching you.
While seeing the latest developments in uncrewed technologies.
So there are several major categories associated with employment in this field. So what does this mean to all of you? Well, staying informed and up to date on developments in the field is absolutely essential to success.
After the preliminary rounds are completed, it's time to go to Joe Scully as the finalists capture the flag and head-to-head drone racings are about to begin.
Coming in, we've got thumbs. Let's turn it over to our officials for the start of our first semifinal of two here in Capture the Flag.
So far, we've seen teams with 2 pilots compete against a team with only 1 pilot. This is a race with all 4 pilots and 4 aircraft in the air at a time. We got a field of red on the right and a field of blue on the left. Pilots, are you ready? All right, we're ready when you are. Off we go. Polar bears in your white and gray shirts. Struggles with the net. The field is very evenly matched right now. A little bit of contact between 2 aircraft, actually. Propellers grinding on the frame of the other.
This is a good matchup. Oh, we just about lost one in the netting. We're all right. It was tied. They got Belmont Hill slid ahead. Now we're back into a tie situation here. This is a grinding match. Now we got the Polar Bears they're turning a lot of beacons red.
With 1 minute 12 seconds to go. 1 minute 12 seconds to go. They are making it happen.
It was like me this morning, seeing a lot of red. Seeing a lot of red. Belmont Hill, they still got lots of time here to sweep them back into blue. You're seeing a little bit of defense, a lot of offense right now from our Polar Bears. Polar Bears are starting to change the course of this one right now, turning those red back into blue. 40 seconds left on the clock. Advantage again going back to Belmont Hill.
30 seconds. 30 seconds left to go.
Oh, it's now tied. Look at this. Belmont Hill's just taking the lead back. 20 seconds left. Now let's see if Polar Bears can do some defense. I told you it was going to be a grinder. Semi-final to capture the flag. Look at this. Polar Bears redeeming themselves. 3, 2, 1. What a matchup. The win going to the Polar Bears. Great job as well to Belmont Hill. That was intense inside of this netted tent.
That was 40 for red, the Polar Bears, and 10 for Belmont Hill. Once again, we have 4 pilots up in the air and 4 aircraft on the starting line, ready to go. Pilots, are you ready? How you feeling? You excited? Yeah? You pumped up? Let's hear it. All right. The 4th race of the 2022 Drones in School National Championship. Scully, over to you.
Pilots are ready. This is your semi-final. The winner of this matchup advancing to our finals to compete against the Polar Bears. Monkey Brains in blue and Hog Flyers in red. Turn things over to the officials for our turn. The last one was one to write home about, and right now Hog Flyers down 1 craft, trying to get that second craft in the air. As you're already seeing a sea of blue right now. Monkey Brains owning this. They got 2 pilots working in sync, almost leapfrogging one beacon to the other. We almost took out our cameraman right there.
Looking like Hog Flyers have a prop on wrong, or a couple props in the wrong spot on the aircraft. That's why they're spinning circles on the ground, because that airflow needs to go down. That's what I was going to say direction.
Still 90 seconds. Hey, Team Monkey Brain have their own chant. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh, yeah. They've got their custom OSB logo, too. I have not seen that from any other team. They did it right. On a Monkey Brain picture.
There it is. Monkey Brains in the house right now. We may see some bears and monkeys in our finals, unless Hog Flyers want to put up some pigs in the mix as well. They got 60 seconds left.
Making me feel like I'm not in Florida. I'm in some very tropical rainforest.
Full sea of blue. Hog Flyers have gotten one of those turn red. Looking back and forth, dancing over this beacon. Red, blue, red, blue. But now look, the tides are changing here. Hog Flyers getting a second beacon to red. We need 3 more to tie it up. This one could be a nail biter. It looks like we're down to just 1 pilot from each team. There's a little defense from Monkey Brains. There's a little offense from Hog Flyers. Hog Flyers with 3 now. 10 seconds remaining, and it looks like they're the only ones in the air. 8 seconds remaining. Will Hog Flyers have a last minute? Oh, they only need 1 more beacon, I believe. Oh, this is going to be a close one. Down they go. Now it's 5 to 5 on the beacons, but look, there's 2 quads on the mat for the Monkey Brain. So by the landing, just like Sully put one into the Hudson, the landing is what gives them the win. Into the finals we go. Monkey Brains, your winners.
A quick shout out to our platinum level organization sponsor, Florida Power and Light. They manage to sponsor 100 teams in the Florida area to receive the multi-GP STEM Alliance drone kit. That includes an aircraft, well actually 2 aircraft, we got 2 kits for each team. Includes an aircraft, a controller, goggles, battery safety guard, and battery voltage checker. Everything a pilot needs to get going. Thank you to Florida Power and Light, our platinum level organization sponsor.
They're big into the STEM, and they also serve more than 5.7 million customers as well. And they got the Reliability 1 award for like the 12th consecutive year for being one of the largest providers in one of the biggest states for reliability. Last 7 years, they've been #1, and they're #1 with us. Thank you to Florida Power and Light. This is your finals. Polar Bears versus Monkey Brains. Monkey Brains again in the blue. Polar Bears will be in the red this time. It is my favorite part, the landing. The Monkey Brains having that perfect landing on the launch pads to get into the final. But now it's going to take a little bit more than landing in this one. I think it's going to come down to the final couple of seconds. But they have their hands full here, the Polar Bears. They spent most of the time on the landing pads because they went in our earlier rounds, just one lap around, turned everything their color, set her down, and walked their way here into the finals as well. What a stellar finals that we have in our Drones in School National Championship Capture the Flag portion. This is a precursor to what we're going to see in the race course as well. Looks like the pilots are set, Jordan. Here we go. Over to our officials for the whistle. There's a launch whistle, and it is evens. Both the teams going to the other end, trying to make the first statement, change as many colors as possible. Look how much red we got right now for Polar Bears. Only one blue for Monkey Brains, and it's a full sea of red. But don't count out the Monkey Brains. We're going to hear that monkey chant for sure here. I think they're about to answer. They're starting to catch things up right now. Then 3 more to go even, Steven. And wow, look at the defense right now for Polar Bears. They keep flipping it back, bringing it back. Bringing Sexy back, like Timberlake inside of his cage right now. Down by 3, down by 1, and right now full advantage to the Polar Bears. We have about 74 seconds remaining on the clock, and really looking for some blue here from Monkey Brains. A little low on the beeping, you can see the pressure getting to them, but now calming things down. Sometimes slow is fast, and so we're now 1 away from tying it up, I believe. That one should be blue, I believe. That one should be blue, and that one just turned red. So the one that is off should be blue. So we got 3 blue now, 2 blue.
If it got disconnected, maybe, I don't know.
1 blue.
But I'm not sure.
Our official's going to try and fix the one, potentially. There we are. So we have 1 blue right now.
Good job.
Looks like it's about to go red. The other one's still blue. 30 seconds remaining here in Capture the Flag. 2 blue.
2 teams from Ohio here today. Skelly.
The
battle for state bragging rights.
And we're using the official colors for the Buckeye State as well. Right now, it's all red. Full advantage to the Polar Bears with 5 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1. This one's done. Polar Bears, your national champions of Capture the Flag. We'll congratulate as well Team Monkey Brains, your reserve national champions of Capture the Flag. Once again, Polar Bears getting it done. I heard a bunch of points. Was it 45 points for the Polar Bears? 55 points. Full pull. We have the top of Table A, Belmont Hill, swept through their qualifying every single race. They were our champions. From Table B, Hog Flyers coming in second in the other group. They're your first teams to fly. You can see the first person view feed on the screens. You can watch line of sight as well. It is a 2-minute race, most laps within that time to our checkered gate. Let's get set to go green. Pilots are ready with their goggles down. No need for thumbs. Pilots. Oh, stand by. Now we're goggles down. Let's sell some more t-shirts here. Goggles down, thumbs up. I'll take that as a thumb up. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone or go in less than 5. There's the go tone, go. Well, a little bit of a switch up right there. Hog Flyers with the early lead for that whole shot, and Belmont Hill taking the lead, and now looks like some issues for Hog Flyers with Belmont Hill well out in front. Hog Flyers bouncing off some netting as well as look at this oh no, our leaders Belmont Hill scooting across the floor, so everyone needing some marshalling. And now it looks like Belmont Hill had to go back for a gate. They got 1 lap down at 22.2, including the crash. But don't count out Hog Flyers. They are about, 4 gates behind. They've just got laps right now. Belmont Hill well out in front, but both teams down. Belmont Hill working on lap number 2. Hog Flyers still on the opening lap. Both teams in the air. And now there's Belmont Hill leading for track position, getting by the Hog Flyers. Now they go into lap number 3. 50 seconds in, 70 seconds remaining on the master race clock. Belmont Hill working on lap 3. Hog Flyers back in the air as they go on to lap number 2. A 57 and change on their opening lap. There's Belmont Hill making a statement. 14.975 on lap number 3 going on to lap number 4. They have a 2-lap lead right now as they work on lap 4. Hog Flyers working on lap number 2. Now Belmont Hill onto lap number 5. They're 15.826. Fastest lap on the track yesterday was a 13.7. We only saw 1 time in the 13s. Belmont Hill here now going on to lap number 6. A 13.844. You just witnessed the second fastest lap here on the track this week. And, fastest lap here of the day. We're on lap number 3 for Hog Flyers. Looks like they may be consolation bracket bound. Our leaders just went down on lap number 6. And there is the ding. We finish up the lap that we're on. And your winners in race number 1, Belmont Hill, 7 laps in 2 minutes 10. And Hog Flyers, 3 laps in 2:11. And so we will move up Belmont Hill to match number 4. And Hog Flyers will go to match number 3.
Two Ohio teams in the heads-up racing cage today. High Five versus Polar Bears. Will High Fives be, his High Five be high enough to swap Polar Bears out of the sky? That was a horrible pun, I'm sorry.
I was wondering what you're doing there. I was gonna get the butter knife out for a second and try and Slim Jim that in there. I thought you were gonna say, will it be high enough to do this 5 times or more? And that would have been a perfect score. Not that we're here to judge. With peace and love. Looks like our pilots are about set. From Group A, 2nd place, Polar Bears. Just recently crowned national champions and captured the flag moments ago. They're against the top seed from Pool B, High Five. Those high-flying team of 5 pilots.
1 pilot.
We'll see how it plays out. Looks like our pilots are set. Goggles down, thumbs up. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Go. Hey, they got a great start. Both of them through the gates and a ringer dinger for the Polar Bears at the end of the first straightaway. But the race is at 1 on lap number 1. And we're going to be seeing some chase cam here in just a little bit. Looks like the Polar Bears had a mistake. They're running second, but they're right behind. Look at the lead change right there. You got a lead change as the Polar Bears go from 0 to hero. They lead high five by 0.3 of a second after lap number 1. Head-to-head racing. Now another switch up. You got high five just ahead of Polar Bears. And look at this. It's still within reach, and we got a blade-to-blade race. That's right. High five now leading Polar Bears on to lap number 3. 1.1 seconds to the good. As you can see, we're pulling away. High five was pulling away, and now they're tied up again. We got the Polar Bears just ahead of high five now on lap number 3. A big mistake as well for the Polar Bears by the pole dancing gate. And look at this. We're caught up once again, still with high five ahead of Polar Bears. A minute in, minute still to go. We're at the midway point. Will they be able to keep up this pressure? We just got loosey-goosey with high five. Now Polar Bears well out in front. And now we're caught up once again. Everyone making mistakes. Everyone making epic recoveries. And looks like we are about 0.8 of a second apart. Half a gate apart. Still with another 40 seconds to go. Just collecting those laps. There they are, 1.01 seconds apart. Onto lap number 6, we take them. Bears leading high five. Look at this, still close, but we did miss a gate, the start-finish gate, so the Polar Bears had to go back. That gave the advantage to high five. Now both with mistakes at the end of the front straight by the pole dancer gate, and back out front Polar Bears. Will they make it to our finals? Will they double down and be our double down champions, winning both racing and capture the flag? They just went on to lap number 8, I believe, and now both teams, by scoring, are on the final lap. It's going to be a race to our checkered gates. We lost the battery with our leaders.
Polar Bears down to 2.4 volts, barely managing to stay in the air on this one.
And so the battery died, that's why it went black. The race is now over. Your winners, high five, 8 laps, 2 minutes 10. So Polar Bears, 8 laps, 2 minutes 18. As we look to the screens, we're at race number 3. This is a consolation bracket race. And what that means is second place going to be eliminated, 4th overall from our field of 10 teams competing here at the Drones in School Championship. Pilots are set. I see your goggles down. No need for thumbs. Second place is 4th overall. Winner goes to our semifinal of consolation bracket. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. There's no tone. Off to the races we go. And it's going to be Polar Bears ahead of Hog Flyers to start things up. Look at Polar Bears already making a statement. They were victim to the champs of Pool B high five, but definitely holding their own here in the consolation bracket. We've seen many champions come out of the consolation bracket, including the Collegiate Drone Racing Champion of 2017, Envy Astro, Ivan Rodriguez. And now we got issues for a leader on their lid, getting some marshalling right by our start-finish gate. And that was lap number 1. Making me do a little bit of work for it here. So it's a 25 and change for Polar Bears after they got through, and a 38 and change for Hog Flyers. So they're about 14 seconds apart, and our leaders, Polar Bears, are loosey-goosey going backwards. Had to throw in an R for reverse or something. Now we might be even doing a battery change. I've never seen a battery change in the middle of a drone race, and we are witnessing it here today, which means doors just slammed open for Hog Flyers at 14-second deficit. Well, I think they just flew by them for track decision, and then they go on their lid. So Hog Flyers, that was their moment to lead this one. And then your leaders reclaimed the lead. They went down. As they go down, they can see in their FPV feed Hog Flyers flying by them. And now we're regrouping, refocusing, and on to lap number 3 we go. It's Polar Bears.
Justin.
Now we're on to that lead lap as well. Hawk Flyers getting through that start-finish gate, bouncing off the top, but that's okay. It's just like most pro athletes when they come out of the locker room, they do the hand slap over the top of the door. Yeah, Hawk Flyers just did it through the start-finish gate. I like their style right there. Look at this. Let's go on to lap number 4 now. Another start-finish gate slap at the top. There's your 2 minutes, and that means whoever is leading at that point is your winner. Polar Bears are working on lap 4. They are your winners. It's going to be, I forgot to put on the FPV feeds on that one. Oops. It was a good one to watch line of sight regardless, especially with the battery change in the middle of the race. Once again, we want to thank our national platinum sponsor, Florida Power and Light Company. 5.7 million customer accounts and the 7-time Reliability One National Reliability Award winners. They've won it 6 times in the last 7 years. Also ranked as one of the largest electric providers, according to J.D. Power's 2021 Electric Utility Residential Customer Satisfaction Study. Their top ranking across the board. I want to thank them for their support. You can find out a little bit more at www.fpl.com. I want to thank as well Warren County Community College. Warren Community College Racing is powered by their partner, Drone Zone of New Jersey. Drone Zone is proud to be members of both the Academy of Model Aeronautics and the Multi-GP Drone Racing Organization. Drone Zone New Jersey also manages 2 competitive drone teams, Team Drone Zone New Jersey and their newest all-female drone team, Mach 1 FPV, which is proudly sponsored by their partner, Warren County Community College. Drone Zone New Jersey is family-owned and operated. Great place to check out up in Jersey. Thank you to Warren County Community College and Drone Zone New Jersey. Looks like we might be set to race here. Full video. So your video producer here, gonna hit some buttons. Here on the screens, you'll be able to see the first-person view feed of our pilots. Belmont Hill on the left-hand side, High Five on the right. Our pilots are set. This is the semi-final of the winner's bracket. Winner goes to our finals. Second place goes into the semi-final of the consolation bracket, which is back-to-back, which is on deck. Second place gonna have to race the Polar Bears. That is gonna be a tough one. Good luck, pilots. No eliminations. Let's win this one. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Go tone, and first one through is Team High Five with the whole shots. And they're blazing out front here. Coming through that front straightaway by our, now the split S gate. And look at this, a lead change already. Belmont Hill getting by High Five in the middle of things, and now it's blade to blade, duck to duck. And Belmont Hill, your leaders here. So they were second to take off. Now High Five goes down. Belmont Hill now on to lap number 3. Now, even with all that, consistent lap times between the first two at 15.0 and 15.8 as they work on lap number 3. There goes High Five onto that lead lap number 3 as well. 7.9 seconds back as Belmont Hill goes on to lap number 4. In this situation, the question is, will Belmont Hill lap High Five, which would almost be a lock as they line up here for track position. They are blade to blade, but they are a lap apart. Remember, that is a pass. Oh, almost happens. The second to last gate before our start finish gate. High Five trying to go the high side over Belmont Hill and hit the gate. So that pass for track position not working the way they wanted. And now our leaders, Belmont Hill, they had to do a little recovery there. And well, it's about a 23-second deficit now. 35 seconds remaining on the clock. And at the 2-minute mark, we pick who is the winner at that point. As soon as the tone goes at the 2-minute mark, that'll be a winner. Just under 30 seconds to go. Belmont Hill working on lap number 6. High Five gets up. Look at that. They're blade to blade once again, side by side, but they are 2 laps apart. 2 laps apart as we do a little battery bounce and a gate bounce again for a high five. Here come your leaders, 10 seconds to go. This probably is going to be the last lap, lap number 7 for Belmont Hill. And high five goes on to lap number 6. Mathematically, well, it's just decided they are your winners. Belmont Hill advances to your finals. And journey not coming to an end for Team High Five. They're in the semifinal of the consolation bracket, which is up right now. They're going to race back to back, so whatever it takes. No channel changes, though. That's the good news. It'll be Polar Bears and High Five in the semifinal to decide who is going to be advancing to the final versus Belmont Hill. I know the Polar Bears are ready. We'll just await High Five again in a back-to-back situation, so we'll give them a little bit of time to get regrouped and refocused. While we have a second, we want to thank another one of our great partners here, the National Championship Race for Drones in School here at AUVSI Exponential. I want to thank UND Aerospace, the second largest degree granting college at UND and the largest aviation program in the country, UND. The John D. Odegaard School of Aerospace Sciences operates one of the largest fleets of civilian aircraft in North America. UND Aerospace is a world-renowned center for aerospace learning, nationally acclaimed for their achievements in collegiate aviation education, atmospheric research, space studies, and Earth system science and policy research with more than 500 faculty and staff members, 1,800 students around the world just in the aerospace program, and a myriad of programs and projects. The John D. Odegaard School of Aerospace Sciences is setting the pace for the future of flight. And at the University of North Dakota, if you want to be a pilot of any kind, we're talking any certification that you need, from Part 107 to fly a drone commercially, all the way up to flying a Boeing 747 commercially, or maybe going to space. Not pretend space like the billionaires, but maybe go to the moon. You can learn, get all your certifications at the University of North Dakota, from the ground to space. One of our great partners here, the National Championship. A lot of autonomy here at AUVSI. I'm into autonomy. I just did not have enough time to spend here talking to everyone specializing in autonomy at the AUVSI Exponential Show. We also want to thank the UND Research Institute for Autonomous Systems, integrating the resources of the University of North Dakota and the university system to advance efforts in unmanned and autonomous systems, helping to integrate the expertise, infrastructure, and activities and resources. A great program, a great department there at the Research Services building in the west end of campus. And another great partner, Drones in School. Super stoked to have with us as well Embry-Riddle. In 1925, John Paul Riddle met entrepreneur T. Higby Embry. Do you see what we did there? Embry-Riddle. Together they formed the Embry-Riddle Company to teach the adventurous to fly. That partnership has now led to a school with over 140,000 alumni within the aerospace and related industries. The Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University we know today is the product of a long and prestigious history. Learn more about Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University at erau.edu. I want to thank them, campuses in Daytona Beach and in Prescott, Arizona as well. Here with the Polar Bears team. Polar Bears going to be the red lane. High Five in the blue lane. Second place is going to be third overall at our national championship. Our winner advancing to our final versus Belmont Hill for the Drones in School National Championship of Drone Racing. course, we know the story about the Polar Bears. They are trying to double down, win both capture the flag and racing. They could do it. Unless High Five has something to say about it. Here we go, pilots. Arm your quads. We'll go live on the Tone in less than 5. Go Tone, and whole shot gonna go to High Five, but they're close, blade to blade. Both of them around that pole dancer gate and to that second to last gate right now. Slight advantage to the High Five. We're now one gate apart here after lap number 1. Polar Bears a little bit of a battery bounce. Now they're both together, joined at the wing at the end of the front straightaway, now to the back straight. And pulling out in front, we are still leading with High Five over the Polar Bears by 1 gate, 2 gates now. And our leaders just crashed out at the start-finish gate doing some marshalling. That means we just got a lead change. Polar Bears took the lead. Now they crashed out at the end of this front straightaway. They're tied at this point, and then out front, Team High Five. Polar Bears trying to take off. They're stuck by the pole dancer gate here in the back left-hand corner. Now it looks like we might be doing a battery swap. That's our second battery change in racing today, and the second time that I've been seeing this since 2015 when racing became a thing. What a day. I'll always remember this AUVSI Exponential, our Drones in School Championship. This is all High Five right now as Polar Bears still trying to take off. Now going to be marshaled again. Sometimes if the drone isn't perfectly level, they're not able to take off, so they're going to level out. But it's a 2-lap lead with 35 seconds remaining here. And to add a little bit of insult to the injury, they just got passed again by High Five. Just as Polar Bears launched, they got the first-person view chase cam on the leaders High Five pulling ahead of them. 20 seconds remaining. They're 2 laps apart as Polar Bears get onto lap number 4. High Five just crossed onto lap number 7. Still technically 2 laps apart, 10 seconds remaining. Well, I mean, at least it's 2 podiums at the end of the day. That's what I would take away from this one. 2 seconds, 1 second. This one is done. The win going to High Five. 7 laps within the 2 minutes. And Polar Bears, 4 laps in this session. And so your champions, the capture the flag, are your second runners-up, 3rd overall on our podium. What do you do for the Polar Bears, finishing strong here at the National Championship? High Five. Congratulations. You have now made it to our finals. Belmont Hill has won all their races and are now in the finals. High Five won 1 race, lost another, and then has won another race to come back in. High Five is now racing. This will be their 3rd race in a row. But they are coming out of the consolation bracket after the team that they're matched up against, Belmont Hill, beat them in the semifinal of the winners bracket. So this is a rematch right now. Pilots are about set to go green. High Five had huge issues in the semifinal of the winners bracket. Belmont Hill was consistent in the 15s, the 14s, and a 13.523 fastest lap on the track the last time we saw them. The advantage is Belmont Hill. They're the ace to chase, but High Five with a huge chance as well. The winner of this head-to-head race is your champion of the Drones in School Championship here, the national race at AUVSI. Good luck, pilots. Goggles down, thumbs up. Pilots, arm your quads. We go live on the Tone in less than 5. There we go. Advantage going to High Five with the whole shot and the early lead. And now we switch gears. Belmont Hill pulls lead in that back straightaway. You can see this is going to be a tight one for that national championship here at AUVSI. Belmont Hill with the advantage as they go on to lap number 2 with a 14.3, but only 1.8 seconds back. High Five in the number 2 spot. Watching on board with High Five. Nice smooth laps as we can see here. Nice smooth lines. But you can see there's just an extra gear out of Belmont Hill as they now post a 14.6. There we are, 2.3 seconds back. High Five crosses onto that lead lap as well. Not much separating them there, but you can see the pace has already increased for your leaders, Belmont Hill. They just crashed. We make up the 2.3 seconds? We just about did. Belmont Hill and High Five, 1 and 2, 7/10 of a second apart. On board with High Five in second. You can see Belmont Hill just in front of them in that chase cam. They're only separated by a hair. Now it's just one gate. You can see Belmont Hill go on to lap 5. High Five now 2.0 seconds on to lap 5 as well. They've made up 4/10 of a second. There's 50 seconds, 50, left here in the final race for the national championship. It could be all Belmont Hill. They've now pulled ahead by a little bit. They got 0.6 of a second ahead. Now they're 2.6 seconds to the good, but High Five crashed indoor start-finish gate. They're coming from behind. And Belmont Hill with a bigger lead now, with 30 seconds still to go. Belmont Hill on to lap number 7. That was a 15-1. They got a couple of 14s in there. Their lap times faster than the last time that these two teams met in our semifinal. 15 seconds remaining. Both the teams almost caught up here for track position, but they're a lap apart. Belmont working on lap 8, High Five working on lap 7. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They go down, and your winner is going to be Belmont Hill, your national champions.
Our awards are presented by Tad Dowse.
So I want to thank all of you for an awesome race. You ever have fun? Right? What a great, great time we had, okay? Really our first ever national race, right? We started the Drones in School program in 2018 was the first race we held. We just ran in Ohio. We had about 8 teams. Matt was one of the first teams we had. He has other teammates, believe it or not. Okay, he's not always by himself. He did have 4 colleagues at one time, but he wanted to come to this because he really has been with us since the beginning. He started off in what, 8th grade? Yeah, in middle school, and they meet actually at a library and had a group of homeschool kids that came together to start a drone racing team. So he really excited. We're glad he's here because he was able to have really been with us since the beginning, and as we'll see it now, and now he can move up with Jordan to the Collegiate Drone Racing Association. So he's looking forward to that. So thank you very much. I want to do a big thank you out there to Jordan, okay, for being awesome. Jordan and I have been meeting weekly for 2 years and never met each other until Monday. You know, it's the first time we shook hands. We've seen each other on video screens for a long time. I've been building this up. We obviously, 2020, we're all excited, and then something happened. 2021, something still kind of was happening. So 2022, we finally got to have a real race, and we're really excited that you're all here. So we're really excited about this. From the information I've got from AUVSI, it was very well received, and they already have us drawn in on the floor plan. So start making your plans for Denver 2023. We're really excited to start that there. Also want to thank Joe Scully. He's not here right now. He's down tearing down, but round of applause for Joe Scully, being our announcer. Did a great job. Flew in from Canada to be here with us. So I was really excited to have him here. He does this all over the world. That's all he does is drone races and rodeos and real estate photography. Like those are his 3 obviously related things, right? So really excited about that. I also want to thank our sponsors. We have one big sponsor, and we have 2 representatives with us here today. Florida Power and Light. Give them a round of applause. Right here in the front row. Maureen's going to be talking to you in a few minutes about Florida Power and Light, what they do, but we got connected with them about a year ago, probably. Started talking about how can we bring this out in Florida, and they were generous enough to give us a $100,000 grant to get 100 teams up and running in Florida. So who raise your hand if you're a Florida team. Okay, so all of our Florida teams that are here, we're part of that Florida Power and Light initiative. And they were able to get free equipment, free training, free curriculum to get started. And there's a number of teams that you don't see here that have said they're going to start next year because they started so late in the season. And as all the teachers that are here know, and all of you that have been in other parts of the country know, you're like, oh, we're just going to fly drones. That should be easy. It's not quite as easy as it looks. So it takes a little bit more time to get ready. So all those teams will be coming on board. So we're hoping to have 150 teams next year at least. With the extra growth we're going to see in other parts of the country. So we're real excited about that. Again, a round of applause for Florida Power and Light and their great support. So they're what we call our national platinum sponsor. They sponsor not only this event, but they sponsored the entire season. So they're an overall sponsor. We also had several organizations that were just platinum sponsors that just sponsored this event alone. The first one is, Jordan represents them as well, as the University of North Dakota. They've been a wonderful support for us and helped us out, and obviously have sponsored a lot of drone things in North Dakota. He said we could host it in North Dakota, and I said, Orlando sounds maybe better. So, but I'm from Ohio, and I was more excited to come to Orlando in April than North Dakota. But I think it was a week ago we had a call. I had a robotics competition that we run in Ohio, and we had a call scheduled for that Wednesday. And he texted me, and I said, hey, I'm really busy with the robotics. He's like, that's okay, I'm digging out of a foot of snow. And I'm like, I'd rather be doing robotics. So thank you to Jordan for all he's done and for University of North Dakota. Our other platinum sponsors were Warren County UAS. Round of applause for Warren County. They're a community college in New Jersey, and they're associated with Drone Zone New Jersey. And Drone Zone is our first industry partner who is going to be on our advisory board. And they're actually going to be an event partner and start building up teams in New Jersey and that area of the East Coast. Real excited about that. And our last sponsor, you saw them there, they provide a lot of support for us, was Embry-Riddle University. So round of applause for Embry-Riddle. They were a silver sponsor. They weren't quite ready to jump in on the financial side, but they said, we can bring you judges. And I'm like, we're going to Orlando, and I'm from Ohio, and I can't afford to bring all our judges, so I'll take yours. And they did a great job, helped us out, and I think they had a lot of fun. They were already talking at the end of the competition today about how do we get this going for other schools in Florida? How can we help get more teams involved with this? Because this is exactly what we want to see, and that's exciting for us. We're going to start off with our middle school awards, okay? Now, this team was the only middle school team, okay? So they're going to take home a lot of hardware, all right? They also, I will say, they deserve every bit of it, okay? They have been through a great amount of struggle this year. A lot of you may not know, but midway through the season, their coach passed away suddenly, tragically. And his wife stepped up and said, I'm going to keep this drone team going, and I'm going to make sure that they get to Orlando. So a round of applause for them. Okay. And the other thing I told all girls that were here, there's a couple guys on the team, but they didn't come. They were too scared to come with the girls, I guess. Maybe. What was that? But they are all sixth graders also. So not only are they all middle school and had to compete against high school kids, they're all the youngest kids that can even be in our program, and they still beat a couple of you high school teams. So really great job for them. So I'm going to call them up. They are winning the Design and Engineering Award. They're winning the Portfolio and Display Award. They're winning the Capture the Flag Award. They're winning the Head-to-Head Award. And they're going to take home this sweet middle school banner that you can hang in your school and say, we were the first ever middle school drones in school champions. So come on up, team. Bring your whole team up here. Like, everybody will get their own award. So you have to come on around. You have to have somebody come up and hold the award there. So you're going to have that. Okay? Come on. Coach, can you come make it up? All right. You guys scoot that way. Scoot that way. And I'll give you all your awards. So here's your Middle School Capture the Flag Award, Portfolio, Middle School Design and Engineering. Now, I will say, so all of you know, these all actually light up like this. They have a charger and a remote, so you can change the color. They're rechargeable. They're super cool. But I left them on this morning while you guys had your STEM programs. Most of them died. But there's a few that lived. You want this one? There you go. All right. And we've got a middle school champion award. You guys are going to need more hands. Okay. And you got the middle school head-to-head award. And you got the middle school capture the flag award. Boom! Oh, yeah. Oh!
Oh my God. Okay, now it's working.
There you go. Yeah, you have to keep them level. They do come apart. Easy for shipping. All right, then turn it. There you go. All right, so round of applause for the middle school team. The Lady Tigers.
We are the Lady Tigers, and normally we have a mascot, but this one is more special because I took his team shirt. It is made out of his team shirt, so he's with us, and I can say he is extremely proud of me.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Now you know what that means, girls, right? So now you'll be the defending champion middle school team, right? So now you got to come up. Now, if you got an award at the end, make sure you come and get the box that goes with it. There's a box that has like the battery and the chargers and all that jazz. So make sure you get that before you leave today, or it won't be very fun when you get home. All right, we are going to go on to our high school awards. But before I do, I've asked Maureen Wilt, who's with Florida Power and Light. She's going to come up and give a few words about Florida Power and Light and this initiative and why they're involved. So everybody welcome Maureen.
My name is Maureen Wilt, and for those of you that don't know our company, we are Florida Power and Light Company. We are the largest utility here in Florida, providing electricity to 5.4 million customers over 36 counties. I have the distinct honor of supporting K-12 education for this entire territory. And I'm getting ready to retire, so I'm going to try to hold it together here. But it has been my honor for the last 14 years to represent a company that I absolutely love, that allowed me to do work, to connect with students and teachers, educators across Florida that are so dedicated to their students and to providing students with other opportunities that are not in the classroom. And so whether it's teams here from Florida or teams from around the country, I'm excited about what you're doing and these opportunities that you're getting. So Florida Power and Light started about 7 years ago. For those of you that don't know, when you're with an electric utility, you have your day job, and then everyone in the entire company has a storm role, because you might have heard Florida gets some hurricanes. So I support education, and in the middle of a hurricane, I don't need to do that job. My manager, Sarah Marmion, runs an Echo Discovery Center, so they don't really need her to do that job during storms, so we have a storm role. And so 7 years ago, I'm off to my storm role in North Florida, and I talked to a student who actually came out of a robotics team, graduated college, and now works for us. I said, Stephen, what are you doing for storm? Because that's a pretty common question come summer at our company. And he said, I'm going to fly a drone in North Florida. We're going to test it. I thought, okay, pretty cool. Next year comes around, I see Stephen on campus. Stephen, what are you doing this year? I'm managing 59 drones that are now part of our operation. So from 1 year to the next, we went from testing one drone, part and parcel to who we are as a company now. We fly drones over power lines to inspect devices. We send drones out after storms to find out where there's damages. Some of that is so we can explain to our customers, you may not see damage in your neighborhood, but there's damage over here we've got to get to before we can get to your neighborhood. So drones are now part and parcel to what we do. Several of our coworkers were here today through the conference. They run our FPL Air team. Our FPL Air team has their own really cool command center. So what you're learning as part of this program easily is a transferable skill out into the world of work. So I applaud you for that. We are committed to providing opportunities in the world of STEM to students throughout our service area. That's what I get the pleasure of doing. We'll pass this work on to Sarah and her team. It's been a joy for me. Sarah and I had never met Tad until today, so that was pretty exciting. We've talked to him in a little box, and Jordan. We've never seen a drone race, so we were pretty excited to be here and to see what you're doing and what are those goggles for and how does this all work. So I applaud you for what you're doing, for the teachers and the parents that made sure young people could get here today to be part of this. We applaud you for what you're doing because we know this takes above and beyond. So again, thrilled to be here, thrilled to have gotten this initiative off the ground. I'm going to turn it over to my colleagues who get to take this to the next level in all the work that we do in education. And I look forward to hearing about you all next year in Denver. So thank you very much.
Design engineering. So fourth place was High Five. Third place was Hard Northern Polar Bears. Second place was Monkey Brains. And our national champion in design engineering was the Hog Flyer. All right, very good. Congratulations. All right, so I gave away the next one a little bit, but hopefully you didn't figure it out. So we're looking at the video presentations, high school. In fourth place was Hard Northern Polar Bears. Third place, as you might have guessed, was Team Rocket. Second place was Monkey Brains. And first place was Belmont Hill. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You have to spin it 180, get it backwards. Ah, see, it's a mirror. There you go. Congratulations. Okay, in our portfolio and display, fourth place was Hard Northern Polar Bears. Third place was the Hog Flyers. Second place was High Five. And first place was Monkey Brains. It was the banana leaves that did it. That was definitely the banana leaves. All right. Jordan, I'm going to have you come up and help with the next two. I got to switch over to the laptop because this was the live racing stuff, so it just ended. So I have to go back and make sure I got it right. So it drives everything. So we had our, let's go capture the flag first. I have, really we did, because it was a single elimination, we had a tie for fifth and a tie for third, and then our first and second place. So tying for fifth was the High Five drone team and Airhaven. Tying for third was the Hog Flyers and Belmont Hill. Second place was Monkey Brains. And our capture the flag champion was the Polar Bears. Have you walk to the end. Just walk to the end and then bring it to them. That way, that'll work out better. Great job. Thank you. Good job. Way to go. Then our head-to-head race, I'm going to go top 4. Everybody else placed 5th. Okay, so that's how the points go. So our 4th place team was the Hog Flyers. Third place was the Polar Bears. Our 2nd place team was High Five. And our champion in head-to-head racing, Belmont Hill Drones team. Now the next award is called the Judges' Choice Award. So as we're working through the event, we're looking at teams that, you know, what they're doing, how they work, and what happens during the event, and we picked the team for this award. Okay, it doesn't have a criteria other than that's the team we want to give the award to. Okay, so now the reason for this award being given out, this team, they had some struggles this year. They came in with some pretty high hopes, and they really had a lot of technical issues. But even through all those technical issues, every time I would ask them, like, are you ready? No, but we're working on it. No, but we're working on it. We're going to keep working on it. We're still working on it. Okay, and I'd see them walking, they'd have a smile, and they got some things up in the air here towards the end. So the Judges' Choice Award is going to go to Viper Nation. Next year, you're in the air, right? Well done. Now, we are ready for the overall champion. Okay, we already gave out middle school, so that was easy. High school, I just looked at this when Maureen was talking. I went, oh, I didn't finish putting the calculations in. And I was like, I put them in, I'm like, oh, that's not what I hoped for. But nonetheless, I'll get to make a second award because we have a tie for first place. So thankfully, one of the teams is from Ohio, so they're going to get to take a picture with the award, and then they'll have to get one from me later. Okay? So we have coming in, I'm going to go all the way through the whole list. Okay? So we're going to start, I'm not going to quite, so we're going to start with Air Haven. Okay? They were not quite at the end of the list, but they had 118 points, so a round of applause for Air Haven. We got our PCHS team with 189 points. Round of applause for them. Viper Nation, we talked, had some technical difficulties, but they still pulled up with 258 points. Team Rocket right behind them with 273. High Five, team of 1, 329. Hog Flyers with 332. And in technically second place, okay, is the Polar Bears with 362. And this is how close this gets, and it's why every little bit on the engineering matters. You know, really the bulk of the points come from the engineering, the portfolio, the design, the video, all those things really factor in. The racing obviously adds some points, but there's only 4 points difference between second and tied for first. Okay, so close, so close. Luckily, most of you are young, right? And most of them are seniors, so you have a chance. So we're going to call up the first team to get the picture, but you got to leave the award here, and that is Monkey Brains. I'll get you another one, I promise.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
It's probably better that we don't take that back. We don't have any checked luggage.
Oh, that's good. I'll bring it back for you. Keep going. Keep scooting. Keep scooting. Keep scooting. Well done. Well done. So we'll take that back. Thanks a lot. Now you can't have it. There you go, Jordan. You have the award again. Okay. Unexpected. Unexpected. So that means, okay, that last race made all the difference and gave the tie to Belmont Hill. I'm good. Nice.
1, 2, 3.
Woo! Great job. And you can take it with you. Now, I do want, before we close up, I do want to say something about the Belmont Hill team, right? So they're in Boston, okay? So you'll see we have teams here from Ohio, which is where I'm from. We have teams from Florida, which is where Maureen's from, who funded those teams, and I trained all those teams and spent, we did workshops, we did online sessions, all kinds of things. Need to have more, I'm sure, but helped them get started. They had no support, okay? They figured that out between their teacher and one of their team members that was already into drone racing. They figured that all out on their own. I suppose a lot of YouTube, right? A lot of Google. You guys have you been to an actual race before today, before this? No, this is their first race, okay? So pretty good that they were able to get all that from video. So a round of applause for both of our first place teams.